Hello everyone, welcome back to the top 10 most awesome channel. The current riot being so aggressive and confusing to us. We all are either guessing the next moves or praying for all good. To make things simple for you to understand, we have brought up some major news about the riots that will help you better understand the context and what is actually going on. Let's go through the sequence. Number 10. More than 50,000 refugees have fled Ukraine, UN says. More than 50,000 refugees have left Ukraine in less than 48 hours, according to the United Nations. Filippo Grandi, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, said in a tweet that a majority of the refugees have gone to Poland and Moldova and that many more are heading toward borders. The United Nations estimated earlier this week tens of thousands of people could be displaced due to the Russian invasion. US thinks Russia will push for Ukrainian surrenders through disinformation. Russia appears to be publishing false reports of Ukrainian troop surrenders, part of a campaign to discourage Ukrainian forces and induce surrender through disinformation, a U.S. official told. Russia may also threaten Ukrainian soldiers' family members if they don't surrender, according to the official. Russian forces have pummeled Ukraine with hundreds of missile strikes Thursday and are invading the country through lines of advance near the capital city of Kyiv, the northeastern city of Kharkiv and the Crimean Peninsula in the south. Ukraine's military is putting up more resistance than Russia likely expected, and the country's air defenses are intact, a senior U.S. defense official said on Friday, though only about one-third of the troops Russia assembled for the invasion have entered Ukraine. Number 8. Pope Francis visits Russian embassy in Rome. Pope Francis visited the Russian embassy to the Vatican on Friday to express his personal concerns about the war, the official Vatican news outlet reports. The Pope rode in a small white car and remained at the embassy for about 30 minutes, where he appealed to those with political responsibility to examine their consciences seriously before God, who is the God of peace and not of war, according to the Vatican news. Russian ambassador to the Vatican Alexander Abayev told Russia's state-run news agency TASS that Francis wanted to personally ask about the situation in Donbass and Ukraine. Number 7. European Union freezes Putin and Lavrov's assets. The European Union agreed to freeze the assets of Russian President Vladimir Putin and Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov as part of the Union's second sanctions package, Latvia's Foreign Minister Edgars Rinkēvičs said in a tweet. Does any one of you know about the tweet? Well, tell us down here and after your comments. We will tell what exactly the tweet was. Along with this, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates about the riots. Moving further to Number 6. Russia banned from Eurovision Song Contest. The European Broadcasting Organization said Russia will not be allowed to compete in this year's Eurovision contest, becoming the latest cultural organization to bar Russia from participating. Earlier on Friday, Formula One cancelled the Russian Grand Prix, writing in a statement it would be impossible to hold the race in the current circumstances. The Union of European Football Associations also moved the Champions League final from St. Petersburg to Paris due to the unparalleled crisis. The world's largest telecommunications gathering, the Mobile World Congress, announced it would not have a Russian pavilion at the event, and a handful of Russian firms would be banned due to sanctions imposed on the country. Number 5. Radiation levels at Chernobyl rise after Russian takeover. Ukraine's nuclear agency said radiation levels at the Chernobyl nuclear site exceeded control levels on Friday after Russian forces seized the zone, though Ukraine's Interior Ministry noted the levels are currently not critical for Kyiv. Number 4. Kyiv in defense phase as Russia targets Ukraine capital. Russian forces have made limited progress in their attempt to target Kyiv, the EU. Ministry of Defense said Friday, noting that as of Friday afternoon local time, Ukraine retained control of its cities. Kyiv's mayor Vitaly Klitschko said Friday the city had gone into a defensive phase. Russian missiles continued to strike Kyiv as citizens crowded in shelters and Ukrainian military equipment headed in to defend the capital city from an assault, according to Ukraine's Ministry of Internal Affairs. The New York Times reports top Biden administration officials warned members of Congress late Thursday Kyiv could fall quickly, as the city is surrounded by Russian forces from almost all sides. Number 3. Russia is ready for talks with Ukraine. Russia signaled Friday it was prepared to negotiate with Ukraine on the second day of fighting amid Russia's invasion. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said Russian President Vladimir Putin is ready to send a delegation to hold talks with Ukrainian representatives, Forbes Ukraine reported. The offer comes in response to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's offer for the country to have a non-aligned status with NATO, according to the AP. Russia has previously demanded that Ukraine not be allowed into the alliance. Western countries repeatedly rejected Putin's demand in the weeks leading up to the invasion. Number 2. Syrian leader Assad backs Russia, calls invasion correction of history. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad expressed his support for Russia's invasion of Ukraine in a call with Putin on Friday, Reuters reported. A statement released by Assad's office toed the line used by Moscow, calling the invasion a special military operation to protect the civilian population in Ukraine's separatist Donbass region. According to the AFP, Assad also called Russia's actions a correction of history. Number 1. Gunfire reported as Russian forces enter Kyiv. Reports of gunfire in central Kyiv emerged Friday morning as Russian military forces entered the capital city, inching closer towards the government seat of power. This was confirmed by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, which tweeted that Russian troops have entered Obolin district, a suburb in the northwest part of Kyiv. The ministry urged citizens to report the movement of Russian equipment and attack them with Molotov cocktails if possible. There is much more coming on the Top 10 Most Awesome channel about the Russia-Ukraine riots. Till you just like and share this video and give us love. I will see you in the next one. Stay tuned.